Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the second part here of Once Upon a Game. We're playing Vincent Baker's Firebrands. So let's get ready to rumble. Who wants to go next? I did the opening scene of the dance, so I'm not gonna go again. I want someone else, one of you three, to volunteer to set the next scene.
I've got a scene if nobody else wants to go.
Please go ahead.
Okay, I'd like to meet sword to sword with Saurus.
Yes. All right.
Let me find those rules.
That's what I was doing.
We just have a billion documents in the sidebar. So
All right. So
Yeah.
are we in our mobile suits or is this literally a sword to sword?
I was thinking in our mobile suits.
Oh, okay.
But we can do the other way if you want.
But
I'm flexible.
can you describe why this is happening?
I'm thinking this is just us sparring because we're in the same
Training.
faction.
Yeah,
so we're
okay,
friends.
okay.
So
That's
but we're both squad leaders. So we've got like a little bit of a friendly rivalry. So
You have to
Totally.
show
sometimes we
off.
spar.
You have to show
Yeah.
off for your
Yeah.
men.
Got to show off our cool moves and our cool mechs.
For sure.
Awesome.
Is this on a military base or something, or is it out in a sparring field somewhere?
It's near the military base. It's in a field out there, and it's not like an official sparring ground, but that's where like you go for the good fights.
Right.
Like if two people have an issue, that's where they go to fight.
Okay. Right. It's the playground after school.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay. Cool. All right, take it away.
Okay. Okay, so which one of us is better with a sword?
I don't want to be like big-headed or anything, but I want to say it's me. Because if there's one thing Saurus does, it's play with swords.
Yeah.
Swords with friends.
Right. So does that mean I go first?
Yes.
Okay. So we're in our mobile suits. Just a moment, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Meeting sword to
No
sword
problem.
is my favorite
Yeah.
game. So
It's really good. Also, it's a really good parallel to the dance that we just had.
Mhm.
So-
Right,
But,
it really is.
but anyways, it's okay. Obviously, there's a lot of reading in this game. It's just kind of like a thing of just reading what the right prompt is. So yeah. So if you're not in a scene, like that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm looking at the solitaire list right now. That's always something to consider doing. Is kind of read up on the other games while other people are playing and listening. Right. So
Right.
yes.
So what I'm thinking here is that we're on opposite sides of this field, and we just both like blasters on
Yeah.
towards each other, and we meet.
You're not
in the
thinking it.
circle.
It is, man. It is.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
assert. Do it. Don't.
So-
This game is Firebrands, not Mother May I. Do it. So you're doing it. You're running at each other. Yeah.
Right.
Go.
No. We're flying at each other.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Yeah. We're flying at each other. The mountain and the forest in the background, and as we hit in the center, we circle, sword tips touching, sparks blowing here and there as we blast around. What do you say to me?
Hope you're prepared to lose, Blackmount. Blackmount? It's
Yeah,
one of those
Blackmont.
two.
Blackmont.
Blackmont. I don't say this stuff about being confused about what your name is. I know your name.
No. I wanted to make some quirky remark about losing, but I probably just kind of stay quiet and give you one of those and then like blast forward, like closer again. Yeah,
Little anime smirk.
Right,
You see like
yeah,
the little
yeah.
insert in the
Right.
corner of you in your mobile suit.
exactly. And then I like pull the throttle and burst at you again.
Okay. So you're rushing forward, and I'm not super prepared for this. I thought that we were going to have a little bit more banter in the center of the circle. So you touch me, cutting me along the rib or across the arm. Do you press your attack or give me a moment?
I press my attack.
Yeah. So there's like sparks and like paint coming off of the arm of the
Right.
left arm of my mobile suit. There's like a little stripe where it's not colored right, and now it's just the metal underneath.
Cool. I guess that makes it my turn again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So like as I hit you, I had like thrusted past, and I turned suddenly, and as you turn to face me, perhaps looking over your shoulder, I pretend to falter and dip my blade. Do I draw you out, or do you recognize the ploy and hold steady?
I think if you hadn't just cut me, the ploy might have worked, but now I'm on my guard. Also,
Right.
I was attacked with a knife earlier, so a little bit more cautious. So I hold steady with my blade. I catch your wrist in my hand and draw you close to me. So basically, we're like this. I'm trying really hard to not hit my mic stand because that'll make a lot of terrible noises. So like we're like this, and you have your sword and you've dipped it, and I'm holding steady, and then I kind of like do a little like thruster boost forward, and I catch the wrist of your mobile suit that's holding the sword.
All right.
And kind of pull you in close. Do you let your sword drop, or do you shove me away and fight on?
Just a moment. I think that I let my sword drop. But like when I do it, like I let you believe perhaps that you disarmed me. But really, like, I just got bored of the fight.
Oh. I thought you were going to pull out a second secret sword.
Yeah. At any point now, because enough questions have been leading questions have asked, you can go to one of those closing questions.
Yes, and the leading questions can also close.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
it's
Yeah. Was that it? If you growing tired of this fight?
I think my character has grown tired of this fight. Yeah, he's got other things on his mind, like dances the previous night.
Yeah.
It reminds him this is kind of like a dance of swords, and this reminds him of his dance the previous evening. So it's like brain isn't in the fight anymore, and like that's why he gives up.
As you can't help but realize the rhythm of the battle mimics oops, I did it again.
Exactly.
Naturally.
Of course.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Cool. So then I think that's the scene.
Yeah.
You still got plenty more games. Step up.
Okay,
People
I
haven't
have
gone
one,
yet.
If that's cool.
Do it.
So
Do it.
I think I want to do Sharing Whispers with
Okay.
you, Lady Dracona Von Orion.
Okay.
So I was thinking that maybe like
Oops.
I'm not sure where, but I know like I would want to do something where like I'm trying to like convince you to, hey, maybe work with the revolutionaries. But in secret.
So ask me where we come across each other. Are you in a place where you could be overheard?
Where would we come
No, you're in. My family hired you to our private mech facility.
Okay,
right.
Do that. Yeah.
You're actually constructing my mech.
Ooh.
I don't have a name for it yet. Which makes sense because it's not finished. So like maybe when I see it's finished, I'll name it. Right. So it's still in progress. Maybe it's like 70% done or whatever. But then during this conversation, anyone can ask for details about body language, location, time of the day, and other leading questions. Okay, so what have we noticed about each other? What have we heard?
Do I pick something that I've noticed about you, or something?
No, it's the other way around. It's
something you've noticed about me.
Correct.
I think that maybe you don't know specifically that I'm like the leader of the revolutionaries, like the revolutionary, like in power, but you have noticed that I have ties.
Right. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right. You know that I have and I think maybe also the impetus for this meeting. You know that I have a hatred of people, non-Vantresh people. Source Blockmont excluded, kind of. But you probably don't know that, but you do know that I could be sympathetic to if you are in that sort of way.
I think also you've noticed that I'm very young, like 18-ish.
Yeah.
Like a baby.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So, and this is about you trying to convince me
to perhaps work alongside the revolutionaries for the benefit of everybody.
Okay. Who starts this? Elle?
It's whoever took the other person aside.
I would have done that.
Okay, so then the person who sets the game is the one who starts. Okay, so that's you.
So yeah, I think that you probably come in to check on your mech one day. You know, just see how it's coming along. Are the colors specifically what you requested? Everything has to be perfect. And I just start talking about the current looming tensions and everything from the people off world and everything, and I press you for, or I try to get more information on like your opinion about that subject, though it will be risky. Do you accept?
Does sharing whispers doesn't have a reply to it, right? I just have to. I come up with my own.
It doesn't on this thing. Yeah.
Okay. I conditionally accept it. I need a guarantee from you. So you tell me. You slowly try to float that idea out there. And I catch it. You recognize me catching it, but I turn the stories back on the latest landowner atrocities. Particularly they destroyed a Bantreshi. I don't want to say religious because it's boring, but they destroyed. They paved over our great park to build their airbase. Right. And I say how horrible that was. I used to play there as a kid.
I like very sympathetic, and I say I think nature's very important, and especially when it has such nostalgic ties like that. And I just don't believe the landowners have any of their own nostalgia like that. it's very heartbreaking that they just take, and don't think of anyone but themselves.
Yeah. I need to convince you that if you were to do something about the landowners, I would be sympathetic to helping you. Can I?
Yes, you definitely could. You could do so by proving yourself, like with actions.
Okay, so I'm a little confused by that.
I would think making a statement against the landowners openly.
Oh. Okay. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Is that actually part of your question? Is that your or it's your turn to ask a question. Also, at this point, we need to throw a coin if we're detected.
Coin, yeah.
Yeah. Who throws the coin? The game person who started it?
Anybody. Either of you.
Oh, okay. How about you do it? Katie? Just roll 1d2.
1d2, okay.
Yeah, heads is 1, 2 is tails.
Okay, hold on. It's /R.
1d2? /R space 1d2.
Yeah.
Tails. So tails were not detected.
Bring that back again.
Okay.
So I think that when you seem to avoid getting deeper in the subject, not really talking about it, I look at you and then look back at the mech and sort of fiddle around with something, and I say I saw you had a little, looks like a fun little dance the other night. It seemed like you were really enjoying yourself. So I wonder if that's sort of why you seem complacent about what certain factions are doing to things you love. And so I mentioned somebody by something other than a name. Do you pick up on who I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, I totally do. Ooh. And what do you mean by that as I press you for answers? You certainly wouldn't imply that I've gone soft, would you?
I don't give in.
Yeah.
I continue to fiddle with the mech and just lightly shrug and sort of offhand the question and point out the paint and make sure that it's the right color on the mech for you. I completely avoid it. I don't give in.
All right, it's your question.
Also, coin needs to be
flipped.
flipped.
Yeah, do we roll now?
Yeah.
You want to roll this time?
No, you do. Just hit the up arrow and do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Oh no. Oh.
You're detected. If you're observed, you may either end the conversation or retreat further. So I think, what does that look like? Because I have an idea, but you go.
If you have an idea, you can.
Oh,
if you have an idea.
I just think it's some engineers or a nephew of mine and my family come in. It's like, what's going on and stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking it was probably I noticed other mechanics sort of listening in, and I'm just like, well, I hope this is coming along to your standards, and sort of drop it.
Right.
Drop the conversation. Yeah.
And I say I'm not convinced as I leave. And I probably mention to my nephew who stepped in and say, I wish this person wasn't the only person who could build these mechs. My mech deserves better as I leave. And yeah, I'm mad at you.
I don't like you either.
That's perfect. Cool. Anyone have an idea for a scene?
There's so many options.
Yep. Because I have one.
Okay.
Even though you don't want to do it. Yep. I'm gonna do an animated disagreement with you, Kiki, because we're not done.
No!
We're not done.
Oh no! What have I done?
Hell yeah, an audience participation one.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
So anime disagreement may be my favorite game. Because the way this works is that you and I will be conducting this argument. The reasons and how it gets set up is up to us, but then everyone else gets to be a judge. And when you get to judge, you get to decide who wins. You do not have to vote fairly at all. You can be extremely impartial or partial. Ultimately, whoever wins the 3 points or coins in this game, you're confident that a proportion of the audience here would side with that side of the argument. All right, so we're going to do it back and forth 3 times. So I guess Elle and Steven, both of you will have to argue which one who's going to be the person who's going to go twice for this round. It's not a big deal, but it just obviously can't be Katie or I, because our characters, Lady Dracona and Kiki, are in this scene again. I'm sorry to grab you back into it, but I feel like I can't stop there. We have to keep going, right? So,
Yeah, of course.
So I feel like this literally dovetails right off the other scene, right? I say, you know what? I actually say that and I leave for a second, and I'm like, you know what? No, and I turn around and say, and I puff up my chest, right? And I'm like, no, you know what? I'm not gonna let this go, and that's where we begin this argument, I think, right? So we need to decide with you. So I need to decide with you. What is the matter of our disagreement? My disagreement is that you are disrespectful to the noble houses, and you need to be punished.
My disagreement is that clearly you could offer help to the revolutionaries against the landowners.
Yeah, you don't pay proper respect to your superiors. Is my thing. All right, cool. So the way this works is that the audience conducts this discussion, right? So Steven and Elle, you're going to take turns challenging us with one of these challenges. You're going to say who goes first for each of those questions, or for your chosen question, I should say. And we cannot interrupt each other, Katie. We have to be quiet, and we have to listen to what the other person says, and then we each speak our piece, and then the judge gets the vote on that one.
Also, if you go on too long, we can cut you off.
Yes. So, Steven or Elle, who wants to be the judge?
I have a question.
Yeah.
One of the challenges. Oh crap! Which one was it? Okay, please explain how your position is the most urgent and expedient.
Is that question first directed at who?
At Katie.
And I just answer?
Mm-hmm. You answer it to addressing me.
Okay. Clearly, the revolutionaries need help. If we don't solve this, then people are going to suffer more than they already are. The landowners are draining us dry, and they're going to come for the noble houses before you know it. They're going to rise up in power, and they're going to take us all down, including you. That one's mine.
Okay, so it's my turn now. Okay.
Yeah.
Just disdain to the traditions and rule of law by ilk of your kind? Well then, our society has been so corrupted that the landowners deserve this place. I thought we were better than this. I thought everyone knew their place, and that's what gave Bantrish such strength. These sort of derisions and snide remarks to your superiors is the reason why the landowners are even winning at all. This needs to be stopped now. It's why this mech's not done. Yeah. Katie, could you also boost your mic volume at all?
Maybe. Let me see.
Yeah. If you need to get to audio settings in Zoom, I can tell you how to do it. It's super obtuse. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, if you just hit the up arrow and go to video settings and then hit the audio column. Yeah, and then boost the mic. That'd be perfect. Cool. Just so everyone could hear your points. But anyways, that's done. We both spoke our piece. Steven, who wins? Who gets the point?
Katie.
Okay.
Because she's challenging the status quo.
Yeah, for sure.
I hate it. I'm so conflicted.
I think it's just because I was leaning back. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Is that any better?
Yeah, I think that is better.
Sorry.
No problem.
Please make a personal attack on your counterpart. Lady Dracona, you can start.
If I were a lesser person, I would speak very poorly of you. Publicly. I would denounce your inability to lead, but I won't. Because that's not what the Von Orions do. That is what being a superior is. It's not being petty. It's not being uppity and seeing and wanting to change the status quo. It is recognize the status quo is strength. And so, no, I won't. I won't be rude to you anymore.
Well, Lady Von Orion, the status quo needs to change. Change fosters strength, no matter what you say. Change makes people realize that they can do whatever they believe in. And for the record, I am a lesser person and your colors clash.
I was gonna give the point to Eric, but that was really good.
Yeah, that was really good.
Katie, please take that coin.
Thank you.
Cool.
Oh, man.
That's what I get for being a mean girl in high school. Sorry. I'm so sorry. It came out.
Yeah. No, that was perfect. That's what the scene demanded. Steven.
Please explain how your position is best for the most people, Lady Von Orion.
If the Bantresh are going to profit at all off the Banterfell, we must be united against the landowners. This sort of infighting will get us nowhere. Perhaps it's best that maybe we should hold a meeting and have some reforms take place. Maybe. But I'm also afraid that those sort of reforms will show weakness to the landowners.
I believe that we can work together because we should not be profiting off of this land. We should be working as one to make this land a beautiful place that benefits all of us, as nobility and as revolutionaries. We don't want to bring you down. We understand your position, but we also want to not be stepped upon, if we can get that understanding through to you, then perhaps it'll be better for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You have to choose, Judge.
But I'm gonna have to say Katie again.
Perfect. Yep, that makes sense. You persuaded me to work with the revolutionaries more. Right? I came in there stubborn headed, and you convinced me. That makes perfect sense. I was convinced.
I was in debate club in high school, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Perfect. Good job. Awesome. So that's a scene. That's anime disagreement.
That was really fun, actually. I really liked that game.
Yeah. Isn't that fucking awesome?
I like the audience participate. That was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Who wants to go? New game.
I kind of want to do Sharing Whispers. That's where I'm trying to convince somebody of something, right?
Privately. Yeah.
I, like my character, am conflicted. Not very fashionable, though. I don't know which one to do.
There's really a lot to choose from.
Yeah, the vanilla Firebrands has like 9 of these, and then Ben and I added a bunch of them. Sorry.
They're so good though, but there's a lot to choose from, but they're so good.
Yeah. I mean, after I played this game the first time, I couldn't not stop thinking about how to play these other games and play the other ones and have all of those things in there. And like, so the second time I played that game, I was super, super, super amped. I feel like that's just like a part of the game is that like, no, I want to play again. More game. Give me all the game. Because there's so much to see. So, yeah. So you're thinking about, Steven, I know you were thinking about stealing together, right? Or, Sharing Whispers.
Well, I'm thinking about stealing time together, but I think it would be more appropriate if we shared Whispers first.
We can do it at the same time, if it's between you and me. Be stealing time together, but we're also has a context of us talking. There's an emotional and physical intimacy going on. I presume that you're talking about me.
Well, I was, yes,
okay.
Yes.
By the way, yeah, right.
I was. I just don't know how to set it up, honestly.
I shipped it already.
Huh?
I shipped Dracona and Saurus already. It's just beautiful. It's all my favorite tropes.
Yeah. You have to... You interdict on a travel thing, and you're like looking at our papers or something like that. Right? It's a like papers please kind of scenario. And then we're privately talking during a stop. Right? What about that?
Okay.
Like we're at a checkpoint or something like that, right?
Right.
And then I realize it's you at the checkpoint, and you call over to speak privately to me, right?
Okay.
So I probably think that I don't realize the pretenses here are necessarily anything different than the formal conductions of at the start of the checkpoint thing, but then we'll see what happens, right? Let's play the stealing time together and see what happens. But yeah, that's what's going on. That's how we got time to steal together, right?
Okay, so we are doing stealing time together. Okay.
I think it makes sense, but like also I'm not the one making the scene. It's you. So if you either would do the whispers, that's fine too.
Stealing
I feel like our relationship
together.
demands stealing time together, though. Just saying.
I also feel that way. Yeah. Let's do stealing time together.
All right, cool. You heard that I got in a really bad argument with my mechanic.
I did. And I have to.
You're not really sure what it was about, though.
Right. Okay. That's good. That sets me off with something to find out during this.
Well, I heard of you.
You've heard that I've been losing a lot of sparring matches ever since our dance.
Ah.
And that's not something that happens very often to a pilot of my caliber.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So when it starts, converse as you like during the conversation. Either of you, whenever you like, begin an exchange by making these advances. Whenever you do an advance, the person responds with an answer. Obviously, it's all just a game of this consent and distances. So let's take it away. You lead me to that room, right?
Right.
And I say, I don't understand why you're doing this. I thought all the paperwork was in order. We're not in our mobile suits, right? That's
Right.
All right. We're
Right.
Looking down a gigantic hallway.
But
Yeah.
that would have been so good.
Right. We are not in our mobile suits. Yeah. When you say that, I give you like a thinly veiled piece of BS where I'm like, well, the papers just need to be checked again. But obviously, I just wanted to have some private time with you.
Okay, I pick up on that, right? You're pretty
Right.
clear about it. I'm like,
Right.
oh. I say, oh, in a way that's like, I blush again, but also try to hide it, but I can't,
Right.
right?
And no, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to, I drum my fingers on the table as I look at you in your eyes, and I say, so you've been thinking a lot about that dance.
That's when I like drop the papers. not like forcefully, but like they slip out of my hand, and
I catch them.
All right. And yeah, I'm like, yes, I have thought much about that dance. I didn't intend to go dancing that evening.
Neither did I.
I think he stands there awkwardly.
Yeah. And I look at you, and as well, and I see you're like awkward, and I'm just like, I'm very cool and comfortable here, even though I am in my deep. I have a facade of that because I'm strong,
Right.
but I'm totally like hard as butterflies, everything, and I say to you, very slyly, we can, this between us that can never happen, right?
I've thought about that a lot, with me being what I am and you being a part of the nobility. But I thought that perhaps somehow we might make it work. Perhaps by, I don't know.
I touch your lips. I put my finger to your lips, and I say, "You foolish, foolish spaceman."
That's me.
All Von Orion cannot be seen like this with an off-worlder, especially one who oppresses these people.
I think this is the
but
part
then-
in the anime.
No, but I'm sorry. I really got to finish this
Okay.
part. And then I take my hand off that and I say, I'm sorry, I touch your lips. May I? And I just started talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You may. All right. And then I say, but what kind of Bantrush would I be if I didn't follow the beat of my heart? So I do not only touch, but I kiss you. May I?
Let me see. You may, but only for a moment.
Perfect. It was a little peck. That's fine.
Right. I think this is the part where I get the swirly eyes
Yeah.
and the bead
Right.
of sweat.
Right.
Right. And the nosebleed.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was. Oh, go ahead.
No. I whisper to you and I say, I need something from you. If we're gonna be together.
Continue. I have much at my disposal.
I loosen your top button. May I? Because I get close to you, and I'm
Right.
trying to whisper in your ear, and I unbutton that button as I whisper. Can you please step out of the mobile frame? No.
I lift your mobile suit's canopy. May I? Please step out.
No, and I say, I say to you, I need a cache of supplies to go missing. And I kiss your neck. May I?
You may, but first I want to know what cache of supplies you need to go missing. Do you mind?
Yeah. Of course. I say, a shipment of Vantachrome, which is like military grade metal, right? Needs to fall into the Bantrush National Forest, right? Or I wouldn't say it. And I don't say I wouldn't say it. All I can say to you, all Lady Dracona says to you is that you have to trust me, and that if we're going to be together, I'm going to need this. I can't tell you any more for our safety, but believe me, if we have any chance, and I look at you in the eyes, right, and I say, if there's any chance for us to be together, thing that I want most in this world, can you do this for me? Can you promise me this?
So I think I'd like to advance then and say, I touch your hand, may I?
You may not until you give me an answer.
Oh, I will trust you.
Okay, yeah. And then like I like recoil for a second as you were doing it, but then you're like, no, I trust you, and I let you touch my hand. Right. And I smile and I button the button, and I kiss you on the cheek, and I say, I guess that paperwork's done processing, and I get out of here.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's
was
good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I fucking love this game. Fucking mech anime smooching.
Oh man.
I've
Cool.
pretty seen that. I've seen that scene in the anime. Like
I know. I know. That's what makes this game so good. As that it just is literally just fucking every single Gundam ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It completely is. I have a solitaire idea. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You can either just
Given- What? Oh, sorry. What?
No, I was gonna say like yeah. So because you weren't in that scene, you could just have done a solitaire, or you could take the time out to describe a solitaire, like a vignette for everyone else to see. Like those are the things you're doing, and I realize that you're doing the latter. So just go ahead. That's all. I just wanted to mention that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know. No, that's why I wanted to explain it because like that's a thing that the game does that I didn't really explain.
Okay.
So, continue.
So yeah, you see like the same sort of back of the Met garage, like you've seen in the beginning. The different parts, and there are various boxes, sort of like the only way I can really describe them, like coffin size. There's about 6 of them, all in a various rows, and the same group. It's a little bigger this time. It's grown about 5 more people, so there's about 25 now. And one of the people, it's a guy, same size as Kiki, same black hair, very similar features. He has a clipboard, and I'm sort of talking to him, and I walk over as a couple of other people take a crowbar and lift the top of this wooden box, and it is filled with various weapons, just overflowing with weapons. And I'm very happy, smiling, and I look at my people and I go, "Good job. We're starting. We're getting closer to strike."
Ooh, the time is right. The stars are aligned. Cool. Eller Steven?
I've got one.
Okay.
I'd like to do negotiating terms with Kiki.
Oh no.
Okay.
I get scared every time I hear my name.
Okay. So, got to figure out where neutral ground is and decide on the formality of the meeting.
Would you think that neutral ground would be the Von Orion estate?
Fuck no.
No.
I was because
Get out of here. No, it would be like this. No.
I would
It's not
I
my
would
place.
Be shot on sight.
Yeah, no way.
Okay, if she was
Nope.
working on it,
No.
like the okay, I
No.
dropped it.
No.
Military base being neutral ground.
Yeah,
I mean,
no
I
way.
feel like I would be scared to go to the military base.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
be shot
I
on
know, well,
sight.
that's not what neutral ground
I
means.
don't want it to
Neutral
be
ground isn't the other person's
military
base. Neutral ground is the
Yeah.
opposite of a person's base. Just pick something between bases, like a bar, or like
Yeah.
or like a plaza, or like a space station, or
A place
something.
where there are
A
a lot
nice
of people.
cafe.
Yeah, or like a private room, and at a like a bar or something. Yeah, like you can neutral ground.
A park.
A shipyard, right? Something.
Yeah.
I believe in you. I believe you will pick the best place for the scene. We all do. We all believe in you.
As long as it's not the Von Orion estate.
As long as it's not my fucking house.
I had
I'm sorry.
a very like a streamlined idea of
Yeah.
why. Okay, so yeah, what about like a would I'm trying to think. I was thinking of like that ground where Apsis and where the fight was earlier, but maybe that's too close to the military base, or is it like technically on the military base?
It's not. It is very technically not on the military base. It is nearby, but it is not on the military base
Yeah.
for conduct reasons.
I mean, I feel like that would be neutral if it's not military.
Yeah, it's definitely very strongly military associated
Oh,
because that's the place where all the military people go to fight.
yeah, I don't want to be sniped.
Yeah.
We could do like a bar in town somewhere.
Or warehouse.
Yeah,
Bar.
Or
warehouse.
like a warehouse,
Okay.
like a
Right.
Reservoir Dogs warehouse.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Yeah. Just no cutting off ears.
Uh,
Or do it. I don't care.
Okay. So, what is it? Tell them what
formality
you
of the
negotiate with.
meeting is low.
Business casual.
Yeah. Maybe like even a little bit less than that, like casual late business.
I mean, Kiki's like in her like jumpsuit with paint and grease all over it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Apsis is in their military uniform, but the jacket is undone. So, they're like, I'm not being full military right now. Look, you can see my undershirt and everything.
this is casual for apps.
This is casual. The jacket isn't off because they don't know where they would put it.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, what have we heard about each other? What are we bringing to the table?
Well, we danced with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you heard about me? Maybe. So you're a military officer. Maybe you've heard that I'm connected with getting weapons.
Hmm.
Yeah, up the ante. Like it's not 100%. You don't know for sure, but my name's been floating around in certain circles.
You've heard that I've been escorting shipments and that my squad got fired on a few days ago, but nothing's gotten taken. But like, I'm on the supply routes.
Do I know what the shipments are of?
No.
Okay, gotcha.
So everybody's getting shot at.
Everybody's getting shot at. That's this game.
I haven't been shot at once. Just saying.
Not yet.
Not yet. What are we bringing to the table?
I'm bringing a broken mech.
Oh, okay. I am bringing I'm bringing some modified, very, very not allowed underground weapons.
Okay. Initiator chooses a request. Both players name hard lines. Okay. This is one of the ones with all the complicated rules. Okay, so what I need is your prowess. I need your skill with repairing mechs.
Okay. I can do that for you if you could get me some more weapons like this. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, but at least the base. We can work on the mods ourselves.
Okay, and my hard line is I will not shirk my duty. So if you're asking me to steal stuff, that's being like ferried from place to place, probably not going to happen because that's part of my job.
And so do I state a hard line?
Yeah, you also state a hard line.
My hard line is I will not do anything that might get me noticed by authorities.
Okay. I can get you those weapons, but it will take a long time.
Can I ask what you mean by that condition? Is that a thing I can do?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that time length?
Few weeks.
Can't make it any shorter? About 10 days? 12 days?
maybe I can do a week and a half.
You know, we work our turnover time on these mechs are super fast. We're very good at what we do.
I can't do any less than a week.
For a week, I can get these mechs done. And your condition is it will damage your pride because you're having to work with a revolutionary.
Yeah, I've accepted that.
What happens now?
Yeah, we shake hands. You're gonna fix my mech. I'm gonna see if I can get you some weapons.
We'll see.
Yeah. Do my best.
Cool.
I expect the most from you. Hey, I enjoyed our dance.
Yeah, it was nice. I love Neo Britney Spears.
Cool.
So I had an idea for a scene.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a animated disagreement with Lady Dracona. And I kind of wanted to bring back my first like little intro scene that you know
explosion and stuff. Yeah, the
right,
raid.
right. That is actually when I was going to make the shipment disagree. I mean,
disappear.
Disappear.
Yeah,
and we were attacked during that, and he's kind of like blaming her for the men that he lost.
Ooh.
Right. Okay.
This is the conflicted part of him.
I dig it. Okay. No, where's this taking place?
Where is this taking place? I think that perhaps there was a not a dance, but like a formal engagement,
Government function.
Right, of all the landovers and kind of some nobility that were all coming together.
Oh, naturally,
like a council or something like that.
I know exactly what it is. It's about the exploration of new reforms or whatever that I was talking about from the previous argument. Right?
Right.
Yeah, okay. Totally. Okay.
So perhaps I find you in a hall somewhere and decide to start yelling at you.
Right. So people could eavesdrop on us pretty easily, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. I actually imagine this scene as sort of like an Aaron Sorkin walk and argue. We're like going through the halls as people are going by as we're having this conversation. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. So you catch up to me. What do we notice about each other?
I'm like battle weary. I've got contusions on my on my formerly nice looking forehead.
Right.
And my hair is all in disarray, even though it's been like days. Like you can tell, like there's been a lot of healing that's happened, that had to happen since we were ambushed.
Mm-hmm. And you heard that I'm still working on my mech. It's not done yet. All right. So, we each state our position. So the matter of disagreement here exactly is, you think I'm culpable to for the loss of your men.
Right. Well, because during our last one, you said that I had heard that you were having conversations with Kiki, but I didn't know what about.
Right. There was an argument about it. Yeah.
So I think that Saurus is kind of putting two and two together, if that's okay.
Right. And you're misconstruing. Yeah, and that, I get it. And my side is that you're misconstruing the facts, and I have nothing to do with the loss of your men.
Okay.
Right. Totally. Okay, I get it. We're doing this in a hallway of this court place, this Neo court of Bantral, and Yeah, okay. Audience. So Katie and Elle, you get to conduct this
Oh
argument for
yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah.
Katie, do you want to ask 2 questions, or should I
Which one
be the
is this
person?
one? Animated disagreement.
Yes,
Yep.
anime disagreement. Yeah, but
I forgot that.
since one of you has to ask 2 questions because there's only 2 people, how do you want to do that?
It doesn't matter to me, Elle.
Okay, I'll ask 2 questions then.
Okay, you go first then.
Okay. Please express your commitment to your position, even if it's not actually true or right. Source.
So yeah, we're walking down this hall, and I'm trying to be cordial, and I'm trying to be like professional about this, but like I kind of like as we're walking like side to side, shoulder to shoulder, I kind of look over and I'm like, those were good men, and it's because of what you told me. And all right, give me a second. Those were good men, and I feel like you sent them to their deaths. Perhaps you're just a girl playing in my head, trying to get what you want.
Sir
I think
Black.
that's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was just
I
saying.
presumed you were done. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Sir Blackmon, you wound me with your words. I'm afraid I lament the loss of your men just as much as you do. And I assure you I had nothing to do with that. I tell you what. I will petition my mother and father to lead a full investigation into what happened in those woods and why your men were lost. I mean that sincerely. And I do something that's like the band Tresh, like I'm being real with you, like
Right.
like hand on heart or something like that. Like this is I'm speaking from the heart here. And that I assure, and the last thing I say is that I promise you I'm innocent.
I'm gonna give the coin to Saurus because whenever anyone says, "Please trust me, I'm innocent," it immediately is like, "No, you're
Yeah.
not."
Of course not. Yes. Awesome.
So my thing is, please explain how the other position has merit and is worth real consideration. Lady Dracona, you go first.
I know that it looks like my hands are bloody here. Truly. And I know that bloodshed on Bantrol begets bloodshed. The last thing I want is more innocent lives lost on this planet. The blood corrupts the beautiful land here. And if my family knows anything about this world, is that its beauty is unparalleled. We don't want to see any more life lost. We want to work with you. And I promise to do an investigation. If that's not good enough, you need to tell me what is. And I will do it.
So he kind of stops in the middle of the hall, people still like passing by.
Yeah.
And he looks down at her again, and as she's like pleading with him, he sees her eyes. He remembers the dance again.
Yeah.
And he says to her, he says, I trusted that the girl that I met at the dance was sincere and honest. I feel like dancing with a partner is a true way of learning who somebody really is. And you seem truthful and honest. I don't want to think that it was you, that you were using me. But those were my brothers. And I think he just leaves it at like, like that.
Oh man. Oh man. I gotta give it to Soros. Sorry, I gotta give it to Steven. Soros got it.
Yeah. It's fine.
Eric's gonna be depressed all day now.
No, I mean,
It's whatever, I guess is how it goes.
Please explain how the other position has merit and is worth real consideration. Lady Dracona.
That's the one I just did.
yeah, we just did that one.
Gosh, sorry. Um. Please explain how your position is the most just and equitable. Still, Lady Dracona.
Okay. So you just said to me that, you know, the dancing is the truthfulness. Like, that's the best way to see somebody, and I want to believe you, but those were my men.
Right.
All right, and just and equitable. All right, I promise you. I swear on the oaths of my family name that I will find the one responsible for this and bring them to and deliver them to justice for you and your men. When we were on that dance floor, you weren't the only person to see the true nature of someone that night. You are a good man, a strong man, and a good leader. Your men deserve better. I will make sure that something like this never happens again. I can see your pain. And your pain. And I look at you very closely and I whisper, your pain becomes my pain. I will fix this. I will heal this. You have a word of the Von Orions. Done.
So he stands there for a second, processing what's been said, as he kind of realizes that they're like talking in public right now, and he says, "You've asked me to trust you once, and you see where that got me. I want to believe in your justice. I want to believe that you have a true soul, but I just don't know if I can." So I think I'll leave it like that.
I'm gonna give the coin to Eric.
Okay.
Definitely.
Cool. So you still ultimately win the disagreement. But I feel obligated to do something now. Okay.
This game's kind of intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so much fun.
Let's see. I'm trying to get. I don't know what I would want to do for my scene. I'm thinking about how I can investigate and find someone responsible for this. But if someone else has an idea, just they want to do their thing, go ahead and do it. I'm gonna think about this.
What I'm just looking through them because there are just, so many things.
A cajillion and one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking through them. So a covert action. Can that just be like spying on someone? That doesn't have to be like what it says, right? It doesn't have to be like completely dangerous, right?
It doesn't have to be completely dangerous, but you do have to. There's like the danger of being caught and your faction being implicated.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just just asking.
It doesn't have to be like life or death. Like
Uh-huh.
the thing that you can be looking for can be information.
Is covert action not in this list of things?
It is.
It's under stealing time together, or at least it is for me.
Oh yeah, there it is. I don't know why it ordered that way. Fair enough. Okay. So Katie, you're thinking about doing covert action?
Yeah, I sort of am. I mean, heck, it's a game. Might as well, right? I'm gonna do it. I think I want to do a covert action against Apsis to see if they are actually like trying to get these weapons for me. Like,
I was going to do a covert action to get the weapons. So yes, I am.
I hate that we always
I'm
like literally
person
are
of my word.
same mind tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see if Apsis is actually working with me because I don't trust them. Damn landowners.
Sure. So where does this take place?
And
why is it dangerous?
Well, okay, it's going to be dangerous because I think it's going to happen on the military base.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be super dangerous for me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So so what have I heard about you, Apsis?
You've heard that I've been making a lot of night runs with my squad, like running supplies, doing kind of like the more unpopular shifts, like the to 7 a.m.
Okay.
Mm.
And about me, you have heard that my little mechanic shop has gotten a little busy lately, that some of our work has sort of fallen to the wayside. And I guess the stakes are like, I find out information or I get caught by the military, right?
Yeah.
So the person committing the act chooses an opening gambit and asks the following question. Then all the action is conducted by the victim, proposes a series of 3 challenges or missions. So this is up to you, Elle.
Yeah, so you choose the gambit and then I pick the challenges and admissions.
Okay, let me pull that back up then. Okay, so I act while you are surrounded by like your soldiers getting ready to go out on a supply run. Like you guys are packing up your supplies. It's sort of busy, everyone's focusing on getting your things together.
Okay. Yeah, so we're gathering for our getting our stuff together to go out and run some supplies. Let's see. The doors are open when they should have been locked. Can you overcome your unease? Usually there's like the doors at the front of the military base are locked. And there's usually like, you have to punch in a code, but they are open.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm not alone. There's like maybe me and my little companion, which is my brother, by the way, the one who looks just like me. And yeah, we're a little freaked out, but I think we realize that it's open because you guys are packing for your supply run, so you have to get people coming in and out quickly. So like when we realize that, we're sort of like, okay, we got this. No, it makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah. Okay, so as you're coming into the base, an alarm sounds nearby. Is it for you?
That's a good one.
How close nearby?
Like, it's hard to tell because it echoes in the hallway, but it's not like right close to you.
Well, as I'm coming into the base, if the door was open, that shouldn't trigger an alarm, right?
I mean, you get to choose if it's for you or not.
Okay. Shit. I think that as we're coming into the base, we don't trigger an alarm, but we hear the alarm and it makes us it puts us on edge. Because now we're like, okay, we really have to be careful, because even if we didn't do this, we have to make sure these people are probably on the lookout for even like we don't know if this is a intruder alarm or if this is just like a loading dock alarm. We have no idea to know the difference. So we're on edge, really.
And then I'm going to do an admission, which is I am deep in conversation. Will you hear my secrets as you pass? That I am talking to my second in command while we're packing stuff up.
Oh, goodness gracious. I think so. Yeah, because I would try to blend in with the group that's packing. I would grab boxes and try to move behind you and like listen. I probably wouldn't hear everything because there is so much commotion, but I'd try to listen out for as much as I could.
Yeah, there's
I don't think it makes sense for me to hear everything because there is so much commotion.
Yeah, I'm like talking about changing supply routes and going off like on my own to run some supplies.
And I think
I'm not supposed to do.
I think hearing that sort of it makes me a little more confident in you. And that's when I sort of catch my brother's attention and like, let's book it as soon as we can.
Okay. That's 3. And then oh, we forgot to do sacrifices. That's fine. It worked anyway.
Oh, okay.
One of the rules at the beginning of Firebrands is if you do it wrong, it's fine.
Yeah. Just ignore it. It's okay. We'll get it right the next time. Exactly.
Okay. And
I didn't want it to be like too OP anyways. I was like, oh, we didn't succeed everything.
Okay. Okay, so now you flip a coin to see if you are successful fully in your action, if you find out the information that you're looking for.
What's going to be what?
I
got a 1.
Okay. Eric, which one is usually which?
I typically do 1 as heads, 2 as tails.
Okay. Heads. Heads, your action succeeds, and you can describe the results.
Okay, yeah. So, like I said, I hear the information that makes me feel at least a little bit more confident that you are fulfilling your end of the deal. And me and my brother managed to get out of the base without being detected and or like shot on sight. Yeah, and managed to get out of there and take that information back, feeling good about ourselves and that we made the right decision to trust a filthy landowner.
Okay. I'm keeping my word. You have my back.
Never know.
Is that it?
So
Yeah. That's
Okay.
I had an idea for a scene, if you guys don't mind me jumping in.
No, go ahead.
So I wanted to do meeting sword to sword with Kiki.
What have I done to you?
Yeah. What? Okay.
I've done nothing.
Is this your own pursuits of what happened to your men?
Yep.
All right. Damn it. You beat me to it. I was going to do that. That works for me.
You guys, I feel singled out.
If Kiki dies, my mech's never gonna get fixed.
All right.
This is coming for all of you.
I think the first question of meeting sword to sword is always, are you in your mech or not?
No.
Right.
I mean, what if I want to be in my mech, Steven?
Then I'll blow you up there.
I don't care, really. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, to be honest.
So you're not in mechs.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I can be not in mech. It's fine.
Okay, so you're not in mechs.
Especially if you want it to be like bar brawl in an alley or something, then yes, she wouldn't be in mech.
So where's this happen? Right. How have you two determine between both of you determine how you became standing alone sword to sword?
You have any ideas?
So I was thinking, obviously, after the last conversation that I had with Lady Von Orion, I have it, well, Soros has it in his mind that Kiki is the one that's responsible, not for getting his men killed, but being conflicted as he is. Now Kiki's the one that's standing between him and Lady Von Orion. So I think he has basically tracked her down. Perhaps would it be out of place if he went to find her at her shop?
No, not at all. I mean, that's majority. Yeah, if she's not at a bar, then she's at her mechanic shop.
Right. And he would basically just walk in, just dressed to the T in his dress uniform, like always, and just he calls her out for a duel.
Okay. You definitely notice that. She is. As you do that, there are other people quick to jump up to defend her, and she's like, "I got this. I got this." But the whole time she's not full of herself. She has a very genuine smile on her face.
Okay.
She doesn't seem scared of you or anything.
Right. So, do you feel you're a better swordsman than Soros?
I don't know.
If you're not sure, you can always flip a coin.
I mean, okay, yeah, she doesn't completely yet. I'm pretty sure she would know. Seeing you in military, I had to think about it for a second. Seeing you in military garb, she would. You would. Is it the worst one goes second? The best goes first. Is that what it is?
I do think it's the best goes first.
Yeah, then you would go.
Yeah. The better with the sword begins. Yes.
Yeah, you would go first because she wouldn't get the jump on you at all.
So perhaps we go out and draw swords and begin circling each other. The picture is like a green grass field outside of the shop. And we can see those same flock of white birds fly off, and the the yellow sun just beats down on both of us as the wind blows and all the blades of grass dance in the wind. And I think then we rush each other and lock swords. And your mouth is near my ear. What do you say?
Do you bend down for your mouth to be for my mouth to be near your ear? That's one question. No, I sort of laugh and I go, "What the hell are you doing here, soldier? What do you want with me?"
And he, like, pressing his sword down is like, I know you're behind it. I know you're behind it all. My men dying, the interference with Lady Von Orion. I've put two and two together, and I know it's you.
I just laugh again because I genuinely have no idea what he's talking about. So my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I am small, and I'm pretty sure you don't expect me to be like a good fighter. I pretend to falter and dip my blade. Do I draw you out, or do you recognize the ploy and hold steady?
Oh, he's just like so enraged right now. Not really because of his men, but because of like I said, he feels that Kiki's getting between him and the lady. That he does not recognize the ploy at all, and you draw him straight in.
Yeah, I think I'd take that chance to, like, not really like she doesn't want to kill him. She has no interest in harming this guy. She doesn't know what anything of this. She doesn't care, but she does take the opportunity to at least, like, cut him. Yeah, give him a little poke.
All right. So yeah, I think that would go right into the next question. You thrust perilously.
Perilously.
Yeah. Yes, perilously close to my face. Do you cut me, and where?
Oh yeah, she definitely takes the chance. It's like I said, it's like a non-lethal. It'll probably bleed a little bit, but it's non-lethal, and it's probably like in your side, because she's not, like I said, she's like 4'8". She probably can't get any higher. She's really, really tiny. Like Snooki size, I think is probably a good estimation. But yeah, and I say to you, what do you think I'm behind? I've done nothing. I work on mechs. I barely even know how to use the sword.
So yeah, he of course doesn't know 100%, and he's like, I know that you spoke to her. I knew you that you were with Lady Von Orion, and she seemed to change afterwards. So, yeah.
Oh, it's my turn. Yeah, I say I work on her mech. I have no idea what you mean. She's a noble. She barely speaks to me. And I think I thrust forward, and you because you're just such in a rage, you barely turn it, and a fraction slower you've been cut through. Does it exhilarate you or chill you?
I wasn't prepared for you to be this skilled in the sword fight.
While you were off gallivanting, I was studying the blade.
Right. Years of fine-honed precision.
Here, while you were flirting, I was studying sword fighting.
While you were letting someone unbutton your buttons.
No, I think it exhilarates him to get cut. Because now, like, he feels like that maybe this duel will actually be a challenge.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you come and I turn barely away from it. Your sword probably pops off a few buttons on my jacket, and I put my feet squarely in the ground and I launch a sustained attack with my weight behind it. Do you give ground readily or grudgingly?
As I see you sort of lurching for me, forward towards me, I I know good and well that you're bigger than me. And I sort of like, I get ready for it, and I readily give it up. I let you have it. Yeah. I let you have an attack. And I just sort of brace myself and just go, "Oh god, no." Just ready for you to attack. Do you cut me? Do you do anything? Or is it sort of like a body, like you're just grabbing me? What happened?
Right, no, I'm just like putting you in a corner, basically. Like you've lost you've lost your ground, and I have you at an advantage.
Gotcha. Like I've lost my mobility.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so when you do that, I'm a little shaken. But I mean, I never thought that this fight would go in my favor in the beginning. I was just taking advantage of you being flustered and clearly a little, in a rage. As you do that though, I sort of take advantage, and I catch your wrist in my hand, and with all the strength that I can muster, pull you closer and look you in the eye, and I go, "I haven't done anything. Perhaps you should speak to your lady." Do you let your sword drop, or do you shove me away and fight on?
I shove you away and fight on.
Choice. Right? Of course you do. Like we've seen that scene a million times, right? In every show. Like, enough of your lies, and you throw them away, right? Like, yeah, of course, like every single one. Yeah.
Exactly. And when I shove you away, you might even like lose your footing for a second to allow me to.
I imagine so. Yeah.
To allow me to grab my get my sword steady in my hand again.
Yeah.
And I rush you. And,
stop, closer, and yeah, what happens? Ah!
Right. So then I have my sword's point to your clavicle. Do you submit and admit you had something to do with this? Or do you twist away and rejoin the fight?
As you do that, I'm sort of like, I'm like, and like, I can see my friends and like my people, sort of they're out in the alley now, and watching this, and I'm like catching their eyes, and they're not doing anything because I told them, leave this alone. And I'm just like, I don't even know who you are really, besides gossip. I have done nothing. I just run a mech shop. And I submit, but I'm not going to admit that I did anything, but I do submit. I put my hands up. I drop my sword and I put my hands up.
So can I take another turn?
You get a closing question, don't you?
Yeah.
You can take a closing question.
This
leading
was going
questions
to be
can close a thing.
Right. This was going to be a closing question.
Mm-hmm.
So I take another step forward, and I put my sword's point high up under your chin, and I give you one more chance. I know you had something to do with the death of my men. All of you, and I make some derogatory remark, and then I say, you're all the same. Say it, or your blood will be on my sword. Do you submit or do you flee?
I'm just standing there, still hands up, just looking up at you. I go, does it give you pleasure to kill a young girl on the street? I haven't done anything, and if you kill me, my innocent blood will be on your hands. will you be able to sleep with that at night? How do you think your lady will feel about you killing an innocent person?
So is that your way of fleeing?
I'm submitting.
No, that's a submit. It's a question to you of what do you do now. She's throwing the question back at you.
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, she submits, right? In other
Yeah,
words.
I'm submitting.
Like she's not running away. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not fleeing. If you're gonna kill me, you're gonna kill an innocent person.
Yep. So
as
what do you
far
do?
as you know, anyway.
What do you do? Or is that where we end? Ambiguous. Is that where the pilot episode ends?
It's so hard. I kill her.
No!
Right through the heart.
Fuck.
I'm never gonna get my mech fixed.
I'm never gonna get my mech.
But I'm gonna get my woman, damn it.
Awesome. Fuck.
Just killed me.
All right.
What the fuck?
I stole guns for nothing.
All right. I think that's where we have to call it today. What do you think, guys? What do you think about this game? What do you think about Firebrands?
That's all I have to say is this game.
This game is this is like one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh, it was so much fun, but I'm gonna be in shock for a week now that you
Yeah.
just killed me.
Yeah. This game is fucking.
This was so much fun. I love this.
Good. Then we should. I'll sometime. I'll try to work out some time with Summer and stuff like that, and we can. I wanted to hang out. And I want to definitely want to do this again. I want to play the Game of Thrones one with you guys.
Oh,
Yes.
So the king is dead. As well, or even we can just do this one again and have more mech stuff. Were you guys okay that we didn't do a lot of mecha stuff?
Well, see, in my opinion, kind of like Star Wars, mech anime is like really about the relationships and less about the starfighter mech battles.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm totally okay with it.
Right. I mean, I want to hear from Elle and Kitty. Yeah.
I don't. When I play tabletop games anyway, I enjoy the RP element of it more anyway. So
Yeah.
I think that's one reason why I love this game anyway. Like I like that element. So the mech part didn't bother me as much. I would like to use it more just to experience though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that aspect just to
Yeah.
experience it, but it didn't bother me at all. I mean,
Right.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Because I know we were running out of time, like, because I have to get out of here soon. But
Yeah.
I know if we had another hour or two of play, like I would have had my mech somehow completed, and I would have done a free for all, and like we would have had more mech stuff because I thought it'd be fun. But it's just a matter of like, part of this game is also kind of like playing around for the first hour, trying to figure out how our stories are going to intertwine.
Right.
And like once that happens, like this game really picks up around like hour 4, like 3 plus is like really actually when the game really starts. Like, oh, we get what it's about now. And now it's gonna be, and now obviously we have the drama of freaking Kiki just dying, and it's like, oh my god, like this is obviously what this show's gonna be about. And like this was a great like pilot episode of the series. Right?
I cannot believe Steven killed me.
Yeah. I know, but like, what I like
love
about
it. No,
I know. Like
love
that's
it.
what I like about this game so much is that you're in control of if you die or not, for the most part, unless you flip a coin and you fuck up. But then again, you went into this scene and you wound up in that situation, so you led yourself to that.
I could have easily fled, but I was gonna.
Yeah.
That was a heroic death for a revolutionary.
Yeah, now you're a martyr. Yeah, now there's like a big huge banner of like remember Kiki Condor, remember the Condor.
They're going after the landowners, so get ready.
Yeah, right, and like that'd have been awesome, and that's super good.
I'm never getting my mech back.
Nope, they're gone.
So
nope. They're gone.
Yep. So now there's a vacuum, a power vacuum in the Revolution. Exactly what Astani says in chat. Like, oh, so Astani loves this game too. Astani actually did a long form game of this, A Love and Time of Banterfil. And like that's a super cool game. On I think it's on YouTube now. But like this game is so good. This game.
It really is. It really is.
Like,
Oh my god.
besides the whole, like, there's a lot of, like, getting started and having to read all the different games to understand the context, which is, like, sort of the onboarding part is kind of like it's clunky, but there's no real way to fix that other than just kind of play and see what it is. But otherwise, what was everyone's favorite part of the session today? What was a part that was like, wow, this was fun? Like, what was that thing for each of you?
I mean, I can't pick a part. I genuinely liked every part of it. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Even just like parts I wasn't in. You guys singled me out every single part, and I don't like it. No, but every part the 3 parts I wasn't included in were fun to watch too.
Yeah. That's how I feel. It actually gives you a time as a first-time player to actually read the freaking other games because you don't have a chance because you're so riveted being like, oh no, what's going on?
Every time I heard
Or being
Kiki,
like,
I'm just like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. Something's gonna happen. No, it was really fun. I enjoyed every moment of it.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm dead.
I really like the animated disagreement between Kiki and Lady Von Orion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was good too.
That was really. I mean, I'm so sorry I insulted her dress. Not really though.
Yeah. I
so good.
love stealing time with you, Saurus.
Yeah, that was probably. I got real flutters.
Yeah, that was super good.
That was so funny.
Anyways,
I loved it.
yeah. This game, I just want more people to play this game because
It was really good.
it's enjoyable. But
So good.
Steven, what was your favorite part?
Probably stealing time or the dance.
Yeah, dance was good too. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I frankly just want to sometimes steal these games into other role-playing games.
Mhm.
Like, I just want to be like, so we're at a dinner, and here are the rules for this. And I actually did that. I stole the chase game, which we didn't play. I stole it and hacked it for my Sprawl game, because we were having a sort of, like, Martian death race.
Mhm.
And so, like, we basically ended up using the chase rules for the finale of that, and that was a lot of fun. This game, like, these games... I've... Several times in a Pendragon game, I deliberately would frame things like I would meeting sword to sword. Like, just say a leading question to the game master, only because
I
it's
really
like
like
they're so
that
good.
it doesn't. I like that it doesn't rely on combat rolls. That it completely everything you do completely relies on your ability to role play.
Yeah,
That is so nice. I love that.
yeah, and it's never like you don't get to overstep your authority in a way. It's like it's always balanced by this thing happens.
Right.
Especially you see this especially in we didn't see it here, but in a tactical skirmish. That game is very hard because that game is
a rough one.
That game is literally it's built off Vincent's first game, Kill Puppies for Satan. It's the idea that to do anything costs you something. So it's you address the other player saying submit or withdraw, aka like I achieve what I want, or you kill my best friend, or you do this, or you hurt me. Like you do the like I either win or you hurt me badly. But every time you hurt me badly, that means it's your turn to ask me submit or withdraw, and I have to do something bad to you too. Right? So it's like, do you really want to lose your brother? Do you really want to like do this thing? Because knowing that the other person's gonna ask you the same question, and so they're like, it's like do this thing, or like you don't want to hurt me, do you? Right? Like do this, or I get put in harm's way and my mech gets destroyed and I'm captured, and you're like, oh fuck, that sounds oh.
I just realized that you know who I'm coming back as next game, right? Her brother.
Yeah, totally. For revenge. Yeah.
He's coming.
Yeah, Oberyn, you're Oberyn Mattelling this. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Coming for you, Saurus.
Yeah. So
it's
like,
Kevin Condor.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's good.
This was so much fun.
Oh, thank you. All right, cool. Oh, I know it was super good. Elle, you have a podcast.
I do have a podcast
about this game, right?
Mm-hmm. It's
How would you
called
tell us
Sun
about
City
it?
Duet. myself and my friend Ben Roswell at Roswell Writes on Twitter play our hack of Firebrands in the space station of Sun City, which is on the brink of revolution. We are 9 episodes in. Lots of things are going down. Each episode is only about an hour, so you don't really have that much to catch up on. You can find us on iTunes, at suncityduet.com, at suncityduet on Twitter, suncityduet.tumblr.com. We're lots of places.
Yeah. That's awesome. Cool. Thank you so much, Al.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steven,
Yes.
where can people find you?
So I'm on Twitter at wolfwizard_. I talk about games and stuff, and I'm here on Twitch, wolfwizard. Tonight I'm planning on doing some game development for my cyberpunk hack, and I'm also playing through Ruiner right now, and it's super cool. It is super cool. It is super cool. And we're going to start playing Burning Wheel soon with Summer and Katie. And
Are you the GM?
Yes.
What's the premise?
So it's Game of Thrones.
Okay. Yeah, it's super good.
The king is dead. There's a bunch of noble houses all trying to vie for the throne. Winter is coming, and there's this huge famine, and they have to figure out, like, do we feed the people or do we go for the throne?
Have you made characters?
We have brainstormed characters, but we haven't actually.
You guys,
them up yet.
you might actually want to play The King is Dead first as the pretense for this game. Like, if you like Firebrands, it's literally Game of Thrones Firebrands, and that can start a game. Like, I actually wanted to. I say that because I really want to do that someday. Is actually play The King is Dead and then roll into Burning Wheels. Because
it sounds really good.
If you enjoyed this at all, it gives you enough about different houses together and like gives you enough of a world to then do some of the interactions of it and then come in with the nobles intrigue and sorry. Anyways,
I just know I'm playing a noble and I want to kill Summer. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
I want to kill Summer.
That's literally all I do in every game we play together.
I mean, if there's any game that you really want to kill someone in it, Burning Wheel is a good one to do it in.
Paranoia, also a good one.
Also Paranoia, which I've already done. That's off the list.
That's awesome. Do you know what days that's starting and stuff? Because I would love to tune in into that.
I think
upcoming Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I'll check that out.
On her, is it her Twitch channel or yours?
It's hers.
Hers, yeah.
Summer, cool. Just a summer job. Cool. Thanks. And Katie?
You can just find me on Twitter if you want to hear my stream of consciousness about everything.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far.
I was surprised to find that I wasn't following you until today, and I fixed that. So
I don't think I was following you either, so it was mutual. I forget to follow people all the time, so
fixed.
No problems, no hard feelings.
Yeah. Good. I'm excited for that. Cool. And I'm Eric. Thank you so much for watching special Once Upon a Game. Normally we play Once Upon a Game on Tuesdays at 6:30. We are coming into October. In October, I'm actually playing a lot of Firebrands-y games. I'm playing the King Arthur one this Tuesday called In Dreaming Avalon. It's the first time I'm whipping that out. It's the first time I'm going to have a chance to properly play it, so that's going to be fun. And then I'm also going to be doing, I think, Firebrands and The King is Dead as well. So, yippee. I love these games so much. So thank you for that. I have a couple other things. This Sunday, I'm starting a new game of Torchbearer.
Cool.
After my Mouse Guard game wrapped up. Season 1 kind of wrapped up, so we're going to be doing Torchbearer for a little bit. And yeah, then I'll do some other stuff later, but you don't have to. Just follow me on Twitter at Eric Volkaris if you want to see more of the stuff I have planned coming down the road. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. And Steven, Katie, Al, you're all been so good. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your Saturday to just come hang out and play a game with me.
Great.
Thanks for letting us go, man. It was really super cool.
So that was super sweet. So thank you so much. And Chad, of course, thank you all so much. Take care. We're out of here. Have a good one.
Bye.